Cousins, it's throwback time. I have 2 videos for you. We're making oven barbecue ribs, okay? Now, the first video, y'all, is one of my all-time favorites. Now, picture this. 20-something-year-old Rosie with a toddler son. She's in the medical field, working 12-hour shifts. Her husband is working long shifts, too, as a security guard. And they're struggling, y'all, big time. I'm in my little apartment kitchen, and I am trying to grow my YouTube. Now, this was actually me recording with a fever / no, let me be honest. I had a full-blown flu, okay? That's why I look bothered in this video. I had the flu. I didn't care. I grabbed my little clip-on ponytail. I put it on. I found my best top, and I was like, baby, I got to record this anyway because I want my YouTube to grow. And that's exactly what I did, y'all. So let me show you what the outcome was. Let's see what I did. Hello again, everybody. It's Rosie, and I am making spare ribs tonight. So this is my pack, and I got it while it was on sale. This is, or was, $5.55. So the first thing I want to do is just go ahead and open up the pack. Okay, so now what we need to do is rinse our meat. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle my seasoning salt. Black pepper. And I have a little cold, so. My garlic powder. And we're just going to flip this over and do the same thing.
What were you thinking? I was thinking of surprising my boyfriend. During your place like an hour ago, I left you like 10 messages.
I was drinking with my boys.
You never used to drink. You should. I thought it would be sexy. Or at least make you laugh. You know what? I haven't seen you smile since
Okay, so I always like to cook it with the fatty part down. The next step, I'm going to add my onion. And I don't have my chopping board right here, but and this is just a yellow onion. It's very rare that I use white onion. And I'm going to just dice it over the meat. Okay, I'm going to add a little water. Put it on the side so it doesn't wash away the seasoning. And that's pretty much it. So that's all we have to do before we put it in the oven. I already have my oven preheated at 375. And we'll let this bake for about 45 minutes, okay? So, let me pop it in the oven. Alright, it is time to peek in at our ribs. So, what we need to do now, get your choice of barbecue sauce. Put a little bit on the ribs. If you like a lot of barbecue sauce, go ahead and pour it on. We don't care for too much barbecue sauce in this household, so if you have a brush, you can brush it on. If not, you can do what I'm doing. I just got a spoon. You can just smooth it on just like that. Okay. So they are ready to be put back in the oven for about 30 more minutes. And these are my ribs.
They look so good. This is what your ribs can look like. They can still be beautiful without having to fire up the grill, you guys. And ladies, delicious. So remember, if you want that smoke taste, make sure you have smoked barbecue sauce. Or if you don't, you can always add a little liquid smoke to the sauce. A little goes a long way. Keep that in mind.
I told y'all the struggle was real, but let me tell you, I still got the video done. Now, over the years, I did change the recipe up a bit, so I'm going to show you a recipe that I recorded about 5 years ago. Let's get right into it. Hey y'all, it's Rosie from iHeartRecipes.com, and I'm going to show you how to make the best oven-baked barbecue ribs. Like, these are not a joke, and y'all gonna need this during spring, summer, or any time of the year. We're going to start off with our ribs. I have some pork ribs here. They are St. Louis style ribs. If you want to use beef ribs, you certainly can. We're going to pierce our ribs using a fork, and that's going to help all the seasonings and everything just penetrate while it bakes. And now we are going to drizzle on some oil. Now I'm using corn oil. If you want to use canola, or if you have a different preference of vegetable oil, you can use that. We're now going to brush the oil on, and FYI, I am removing the membrane. Now, some people like to keep the membrane on. I'm going to take it off. But again, if you want to leave it on, you can. I prefer it off. We're now going to start seasoning the ribs, and one of the first seasonings that we are going to use will be some kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper. Once the pepper's on there, we're going to start adding a combination of onion and garlic powder. That is not flour. It's onion and garlic powder, and I'm also going to add some dry mustard. Okay, now I'm going to add a nice amount of paprika. Now I'm using smoked paprika because I want the smoky flavor, but if you have sweet or regular paprika, that will work fine as well. Now it's time to sweeten it up a bit, so we're going to add some brown sugar. You can use light or dark brown sugar, whatever you have on hand. And then we're going to start adding some apple cider vinegar. I swear, everything's gonna come together. All these ingredients look funny, but nothing is funny about this recipe, baby. Trust me. Add some hickory liquid smoke, and then we're going to start brushing everything on. Now, if you don't mind getting your hands dirty, I just had my nails done, so I'm not gonna get them dirty. But if you don't mind getting it dirty, you can certainly just rub everything using your fingertips. And now we are going to sprinkle on some parsley flakes as well as some red pepper flakes. I like it sweet, smoky, and spicy, but if you don't, leave those pepper flakes out, okay? Now we're going to pop this in the oven, but first, look at that color, y'all. This is without adding the barbecue sauce, okay? We haven't even added the sauce yet. This is just the rub. I mean, come on, y'all gotta try this. So have your oven preheated on 375 Fahrenheit. We're going to cover this up with foil. Now we're going to place it in the oven and let it bake for about an hour and 20 minutes. Yes, a full hour and 20 minutes. Now, this is what it looks like once it's not done, but this is what it looks like once it comes out of the oven. The rub has nicely penetrated throughout the ribs. Now we are going to get nice and saucy with it and start adding your favorite barbecue sauce. You can add as much or as little. I used to not like a whole lot of sauce, but now I like a ton, so I'm going to add a ton of sauce on there, and then I'm going to place this back in the oven, this time on broil, and I'm going to let it cook, or should I say broil, for about, let's say 5 minutes, or until I achieve the color that I'm looking for. And this is it, y'all. Seriously, these ribs are not to be joked or played around with. They are so good they make you want to pinch somebody, not slap somebody, because I'm a pincher. I'm a pinch the heck out of somebody. I swear it's just that good. So now we are going to just cut on in. These babies are nice and tender because we cooked them for quite some time. And yeah, like seriously, all you need is some potato salad, greens, and cornbread, and you, boo, are good to go. So now I have a little announcement. I am going back to my original schedule, which is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time instead of 1 p.m. I know a lot of y'all work, you have kids and all that other stuff, so I want to make sure you can get all of your important stuff out of the way and then come check out my recipes, okay? So every Sunday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will have a new recipe for you. Thanks for watching, and head over to iHeartRecipes.com to print out this recipe.